Ho ho ho, guys. Do we got a treat for you today? The AFC Championship of my Madden 20 franchise season, it's finally coming to an end. It's either it's going to end today or I move on to go to the Super Bowl. So if I win this, I go to the Super Bowl. It's crazy to think about, guys. And I'm excited, honestly. And I can promise you guys right now that this is probably one of my craziest Madden games of all time that I've played. And I'm so excited that it got on camera, and I'm just genuinely excited it's on camera. Like, there's no other words for this, guys. You are gonna have to just watch this video. It is absolutely insane. So far, I can promise you, this will be the best video out of the whole entire series. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. We are playing the 12-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. We have 11 wins, so we're not too far of a difference, but that doesn't really matter. This is the playoffs, so everything resets. We're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and this is funny because in real life, Jacksonville's never really that good, but yet in Madden, they typically make it like in the playoffs, and I just don't know why. Every time I do a simulation, they always make it to the playoffs. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the video.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is a special edition of the AFC Championship game on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
An absolute prototype for what you draw up as a big, strong quarterback that has to stay in the pocket and make big throws with people all around him and even hanging on him, and still has that type of strength to get the ball downfield. Ben Roethlisberger, an absolute rock in the pocket, but he also can escape and make big plays that way as well.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, it's Samuels, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now the ball comes loose, and the Jags grab it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, you know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
After reviewing the play,
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. The corner blitz works to perfection for A.J. Boye. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Here's Foles. Completes it to Lee. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
No. The Steelers. Here we go.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Now Leonard Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. On the run, it's Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold him.
Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And it's brought in by Washington. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Foles. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now Foles. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They go play action here on first down. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been in constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. Taken in at the 22. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Now this offense led by D.D. Westbrook trotting back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally He feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll run with Fournette. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even, They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Washington Redskins taking on the Atlanta Falcons. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This will be taken in at the 1. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. So special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
Let's go, get inside, let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time, but it'll be second down. On second down, Samuels, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Roethlisberger now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down. Now Roethlisberger to throw, and he whips that one incomplete there. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Roethlisberger on target to Washington. That'll put him over 100 receiving yards now in this AFC title game. It's a 1st down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Calais Campbell in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Another try after the 1st down sack. Roethlisberger, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check. Watch the curve.
Now Roethlisberger. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. The open man is Westbrook, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Fournette, a first down carry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw on second down. Foles firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And now back out comes the offense. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go on the road. We've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus, yet still find the fun in it. How great is this, guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call them the plays that they run best.
Yeah, sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Roethlisberger will throw. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Here we go.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the carry, it's Samuels. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Samuels again. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Quarter down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. This one complete, right side to McDonald. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on 4th down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He's back to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back to throw. And he's got it. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll run with Samuels. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
So now this to get them back to even heading into the break. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now here on first down. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. On the draw, this is Fournette. And that didn't fool anybody. He's in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Now Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. It puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
We go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're at New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yeah, a couple of the more memorable ones for sure. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Roethlisberger, and it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. The last catch nearly got him at first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to send us to double overtime. And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to send us to double overtime. And Boswell's kick is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The situation is simple. It is sudden death from here on out. We had 2 stops defensively. The next score, whatever it is, wins this game.
I can't wait to see how the defense decides to play this, because knowing that the next point you give up lose the game for you, expect them to be more aggressive, not just play a normal situational defense, but go after them, attack them a little bit, because otherwise the offense is just trying to find their way to get downfield and kick a field goal. Don't sit back and wait for them to make their plays. I think the defense needs to go after them.
Charles Davis says maybe they go aggressive. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fournette running out of the gun. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Powers through. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down here at the 23. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Here we go, D, get off the field. 1st down.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Samuels. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Yeah, baby! Woo! That! Like 80! 47's the money. And watch the line. Like it!
Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough. James. Now Roethlisberger. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Where they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Roethlisberger on target to Washington, and he's got this down to the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. On first down, Samuels trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calais Campbell on the stop. They'll keep it on the ground. Samuels, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete.
Here we go.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. They'll run on first down. Samuels. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Holy crap. That went into 6 quarters. Legit 6 quarters. I've never had it in Madden. Oh my. Did I have fun in my last match? Yes, I did. 100%. Holy moly. Alright, let's upgrade the players. Holy crap. Had it in Madden. I've never went into 2 overtimes. This is a video game. A video game, and I went into 2 overtimes. That's 6 quarters. That is 6 quarters. Holy crap. That was insane. See, I got confused. So, when it got into the second quarter, I was a little bit, confused because I was like, holy crap. If they go down, do they just kick a field goal and win it? Since it's the second overtime. So, I didn't know if everything reset. And I also thought we were going to reset and do another coin toss. But no, we didn't. They just automatically received, which was a little bit unfair considering it went to another quarter of overtime, which is a little bit unfair, but I was able to stop them on their side of the field. And then I didn't realize that all my timeouts were used in the first quarter, which it was well worth it because I needed to do that to tie it up. But I thought it would reset everything. I thought there would be a new coin toss. I thought everyone would get their timeouts back. And I didn't know, then with it just completely picking up where it left off, I didn't know if they went down and kicked a field goal, if they would have won it. So I'm glad I stopped them because I didn't know if, they kicked the field goal, they would have won it because it seemed like it was picking up after the first overtime quarter. It's so hard to explain. So I thought it was going to pick up and just make it so, okay, well, I've already had a possession, so Jacksonville, if they just kicked the field goal, they would have won it. So I didn't know if that would what it was going to be. I'm never going to know because they had their possession, I got the ball, so I knew automatically, all right, since they had their possession, if I just kick the field goal, I win it. But holy, I was like, you know what? I had no timeouts, and yes, it was third down, but if I would have completed a third down pass, I don't know if I would have had enough time to spike the ball. So I did not want to take the risk and go into a third overtime. I was not willing to take that, so I just went and just kicked the field goal. I was fine with that. And yeah, so like I said, I had no clue if they would have just gone down and just kicked the field goal, if they would have won it or not. I have no clue. If you guys know, let me know down in the comment section below. And I've never seen a Madden game where someone's been into 2 overtimes. Screw that Rams game. This is the most insane game I've ever played on Madden. Holy. And not to mention, I played terrible in that game. Well, terrible in regulation time. In regulation. In overtime, I played absolutely amazing. But in regulation, let's see. First quarter, I absolutely sucked. I think I threw a pick somewhere in there. So I threw a pick. I absolutely was garbage. Let them go down, score a touchdown. I believe it was in the second quarter. Oh, no, that's first quarter they scored a touchdown. So second quarter, I stopped them. I get the ball back. I'm like, there's a couple seconds. What's the odds that I even do anything here? So I throw a little quick slant to give myself some room. And my quick slant, and I always tell you guys this is my trusty move. Best play in Madden is the quick slant, 100%. So I run a quick slant, stop it there. I think I called a timeout, stop the clock, couple seconds left on the clock. I'm like, you know what? This play has been pretty decently successful, so why not? Let's try to run a fly route to James Washington. James Washington came in clutch both times for us. He actually won us the game because he's the only reason we went into overtime. And so basically I threw a fly route to him. I didn't think he was going to catch it. They were at a complete standstill. He catches it. The defender just stands there like, what the heck? And then James Washington runs in for a touchdown at the buzzer. So that's 7-7 halftime. And then going into the second half, I was not too confident because they were just running laps on me. The Jaguars, like I was like a little bit concerned. So then they basically, what they did was they went down and scored a touchdown. I pretty much, just like the rest of the game, I was being completely terrible. I sucked. Absolutely sucked. And offensively, I absolutely sucked, I would say. And then finally, it got to like the last drive of the game. I'm just working my way down the field, right? I'm out of timeouts. Yeah, I was out of timeouts. I had one timeout left. I was safe, right? I can just run a play, call a timeout, right? No. Juju gets hurt. Juju literally gets hurt on me. All right, so then I think I ran a play, spiked the ball. There's 8 seconds on the clock. So what I did from there was my favorite play. I ran a quick slant into the end zone to James Washington. And at that point, I didn't even think he was going to catch it. I just kind of just threw it in there. But long and behold, James Washington does his thing, gets the touchdown, and I get the extra point, which, holy crap, I was nervous for that, because I'm like, what's the odds here that I missed this extra point? Like, you know how embarrassing that would be? That would be super embarrassing if I missed that extra point. So then, it was overtime. I actually surprisingly held them to a field goal. I was like, all right, yep, they're going to drive down the field. And so I held them to a field goal, and then I was running out of time. I was just using my timeout since they won the toss and they elected to receive, obviously, because that's what you do in overtime. And I pretty much was just, you know, there was so much clock drain, I could only drive down the field to get a field goal. So I took the field goal, went into overtime again. I had none of my timeouts, and they, of course, got the ball in the second round of overtime. And then we held them to nothing, which I was nervous because, like I said, I didn't know if a field goal would have won it for them at that point since I already had my possessions. But I didn't know if a field goal was going to win it for them because then I see them shoot deep, like 50 yards down the field. No, it was probably like 40 yards down the field. So it's like 40 yards down the field, Nick Foles throws it. The receiver has it in his hands. I'm like, this is game right here. And then my defender comes in, boom, knocks it out. and big hit to in midair, and then basically they had to punt it, and then from there, the rest was history. That was a crazy game. I was gonna say, like, there's nothing that can beat that Rams game, but legit, this beat it. Right here, this beat it. That Rams game has absolutely nothing on this game. Holy crap. Well, by far, I've never had a game like the Rams game, and I've never had a game like this. I've never had a game ever go into 2 overtimes in Madden. And I've also never had a tie in Madden. So watch that happen during this series. This series, I've had a lot of things happen to me that I've never had happen to me before. Absolutely nuts. We actually had an interception. That was by Nelson. I think Nelson was one of the people I couldn't re-sign. And I wanted to re-sign Nelson because he's the one that got the game-saving... It might have been the tied up, I think, actually, against the Rams, that pick 6 he had. And crap, that was insane. I'm still trying to even, like, comprehend. My brain can't even comprehend what just happened there. I don't think I can even understand what just happened. I think I lost a couple brain cells that game, too, considering how bad I played. I mean, I don't even know how I went down and even scored. I don't even know... Like, the 2 touchdowns that I scored were just a leap of faith, literally. Because that quick slant in the end zone to Washington... That was just a leap of faith right there. I mean, I'm like, he's completely covered. He's not catching this. Long behold, he catches it. Same with the fly route. Like, that was just me throwing it up, just being like, watch him make this. And then he actually does make it, so. I think I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's James Washington. He's done that before halftime, too. He did that at the Dolphins game, too, which did not have nearly as much significance as this. But I just threw up a fly route in the end zone, and he just catches it. It's so gosh darn funny to see that. But you know what? Holy. I was kind of nervous. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to lose this, and I'm going to lose in the AFC Championship game. And I'm going to be so gosh darn salty. But you know what? I'll tell you what, though. I'll say this, guys. The Jaguars, they gave me a 30... They're probably the toughest team I've played this season. Like, the Patriots... Tom Brady literally screwed his gosh darn own team over by fumbling the ball. Devin Bush picks it up for a touchdown. I mean, come on, like the Patriots. That was simple. I'm sorry. Out of all the playoff games I've played 3 since I started in the wild card. So I've had to play 3 so far. The Patriots were the easiest, hands down. That was not even really a struggle. Like I didn't even struggle. The Chiefs, they were pretty decent. And the Jaguars were by far the hardest team, and probably the hardest team I've played all season long. And I know I've got blown out by other teams, but I don't know. It'd been cool if I'd get a nice rematch against the Chargers, because that'd been cool. Because I bet you any money, if I rematched the Chargers, I bet you the Patriots would have moved to the AFC Championship, and if I would have moved to the AFC Championship, I would have been able to beat the Chargers, which they blew me out earlier in the season, and I would have been able to beat the Patriots, which destroyed me in week 1. But you know what? I could care less, because you know what? I got my revenge. I got my revenge on those Patriots. I still don't like the Patriots. And honestly, Jacksonville, I'm not even a big fan of them, because there was one playoff game, I remember the Steelers, and I don't even think it was really like the Jaguars just dominating us. I think we did get dominated, but I think this was like 2017, where we absolutely sucked against the Jaguars. It was either in a wild card or a division round. But Steelers had such a good season going. We were 13-3, and then the Jags just absolutely just destroyed us in the playoffs, which doesn't matter, because I think actually they went to the AFC Championship game, and they lost to the Patriots, so overall, crazy game. Glad I got it on camera. It's probably long as crap, the game. It's probably like 40, 50-minute game. But, alright, everyone, so I hope you all enjoyed. I don't know who I'm going to be playing in the Super Bowl. We'll save that for another episode, who will be playing for the Super Bowl. So you guys have to stay tuned for that. And it's either going to be the Washington football team or the Falcons. I'm actually amazed, because I think this is the Madden that the Eagles made the Super Bowl. So I'm amazed they didn't have the Eagles make the Super Bowl, but we'll see. Falcons or Washington football team. I'm actually going to be amazed if it was the Washington football team. That'll actually be kind of shocking. And if it is the Falcons, they've already made a Super Bowl before, and I think in other Maddens I played against them in a Super Bowl. Like I've done a franchise before. But all right, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.